All right, breaking news coming in. The session of the MP Assembly that has been deferred shall be reconvened on 20th March. A single agenda for the Assembly to hold floor test on 20th March, citing by a show of hands. In fact, the proceedings before the Assembly to be videographed, live telecast will be held. All authorities to ensure that there is no breach of law and order. Floor test now will be conducted by 5 p.m. on March 20th. So tomorrow is when the Kamal Nath government will have to, in fact, go ahead and prove their majority on the floor of the House. This is the big breaking coming in on Madhya Pradesh. Rajdeep Sardesai joining me with more details on this. Rajdeep, all the tactics that Kamal Nath could employ to delay the trust vote are now over. Tomorrow by 5 p.m. he will have to, in fact, come up with the numbers, or the government will have to be, in fact, will change color in Madhya Pradesh.
That's right, Ankit. Game set and possibly match now for the BJP, because what Kamal Nath was relying on was time. He needed time to try and convince at least some of those 22 MLAs who had switched sides. Remember, 6 of them, their resignations had been accepted, the 6 ministers. He needed to break the 16 remaining MLAs who are in Bengaluru. This gives him very little time, virtually no time. And because the floor test will take place with a show of hands, remember there's no electronic voting in Madhya Pradesh, the chances of Kamal Nath's government now surviving are virtually negligible, unless he can pull off some late night miracle. Remember, even in the context of the rebels, the Supreme Court seems to have made it very clear they cannot force the rebels to come to the floor test. The rebel Congress MLAs can take part in the floor test. It's up to them. If they don't defy the party whip, they'll be disqualified, and they will then eventually go back to the people in a by-election. But that would reduce the size of the Madhya Pradesh Assembly from 222 to 206. And at 206, the BJP has 107 MLAs on their side, including the Speaker. The Congress has 92. So clearly at the moment, the numbers are with the BJP, and time also now clearly with the BJP. The Supreme Court, one would suggest, has almost struck a final blow for Kamal Nath's hopes to survive in government.
Rajdeep, may I request you to stay on with me? Let me also bring in Anisha, our colleague who is joining us with more details from the Supreme Court. Anisha, what exactly has the court said? What are the conditions which have been put in place for this floor test?
Well, Ankit, the Supreme Court has simply ordered the floor test to be conducted tomorrow evening by 5 p.m. The floor test has to be conducted with a show of hands, and the court has made it very clear that the entire procedure has to be videographed as well. And the argument when it comes to the remaining issues of what happens to those rebel MLAs, etc., will be taken up later. But these 16 rebel MLAs have been given the option of coming back to the Assembly and participating in the floor test if they so choose. The court has made it very clear. Excuse me. The court has made it very clear that if these 16 rebel MLAs want to attend the Assembly, the Karnataka police as well as the Madhya Pradesh government has to give them security. Back to you.
All right, Anisha, thank you for joining us. Himendra is also joining us from Bhopal. Himendra, now no option left for Kamal Nath but to prove his majority tomorrow on the floor of the House. Now, what is it that the governor, in fact, the Chief Minister, any reaction from the Congress leaders, Digvijay Singh, so far Kamal Nath and other senior leaders, those who were very confident that they have the numbers?
Well, no reaction to the Supreme Court order right now. In fact, the Supreme Court has now ordered that by tomorrow 5 p.m. they have to conduct this floor test. And the effective strength of the House, if the rebels don't come back, comes down from 228 to 206, and the magic figure comes to 104. The BJP right now is having 106, so they have 2 extra than the magic figure. But Kamal Nath and his team are hoping that they would be able to engineer some more defections, and probably there would be a couple of more BJP MLAs also who could cross over. That's their hope. But whether that would happen remains to be seen, because ultimately Kamal Nath and his team were banking upon the fact that the rebel MLAs would be coming back to Bhopal, and once they are back in Bhopal, they would be able to engineer or force or convince.
Okay, Himendra, may I request you to stay on with me? Gopal Bhargav, leader of the opposition in Madhya Pradesh Assembly, is speaking right now. Let's listen in.
रखते ही अगर अपने आप को कितना सुरक्षित महसूस करते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये सारा की सारी व्यवस्था दे दी है। अब वो विधायकों के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, यदि विधायक नहीं आना चाहते तो फिर उन्हें कोई बाध्य भी नहीं कर सकते, ऐसी पुरानी रूलिंग भी है कुछ।
इस फैसले से सेटिस्फाइड हैं आप लोगों की जो कोशिश थी पिछले कुछ दिनों से कि फ्लोर टेस्ट हो हुआ?
नहीं, हमेशा सहते मेरे संतुष्ट होने असंतुष्ट होने का प्रश्न नहीं है। विषय सिर्फ इतना है कि एक न्याय की व्यवस्था हुई, उस संविधान की रक्षा हुई। लगातार जो गवर्नर साहब कह रहे थे और अवहेलना हो रही थी, पत्रों पे पत्र, आधी रात को पत्र, नियुक्तियों पे नियुक्तियां, आयोगों में नियुक्तियां, ट्रांसफर, तमाम चीजें। तो मैं मान के चलता हूं कि इससे बड़ा दुष्कर्म कोई नहीं हो रहा था कि जाते जाते सारे आप सत्यानाश करके हम चले जाएं। वो इस प्रकार के कामों पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने तुरंत संज्ञान लेके जो रोक लगाने का काम एक प्रकार से कर दिया। रोक लगाने का काम इसलिए हो जाए कल फ्लोर टेस्ट के बाद में, मैं मान के चलता हूं कि दूध का दूध पानी का पानी।
स्वागत योग्य कदम है, मानते हैं?
अति स्वागत योग्य।
इसके अलावा जो कोशिश थी पिछले कमलनाथ सरकार लगातार बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, विधायक भी आपके पार्टी के और भी उनके पार्टी के भी होटल्स में है। अब लगता है कि कल आके और ये सारा झंझट जो इतने दिनों से चल रहा था वो खत्म हो जाएगा। थोड़ा विस्तार से बताइए।
देखिए, सभी लोग अपना सुरक्षा देखते हैं और जिस प्रकार सरकार का रवैया रहा है, राज्य सरकार का, इस रवैये के कारण हमेशा ये बात उठती रही है कि अकूत पैसा इन लोगों ने जो कमाया हुआ है, इस पैसे को इधर उधर सभी विधायकों को प्रभावित करने की कोशिश की जा रही। लेकिन मुझे कहते हुए खुशी है कि हमारे जो 106 विधायक हैं, ये चट्टान की तरह आज भी खड़े रहे और आज भी खड़े हुए हैं और कल बहुमत परीक्षण में भी साबित हो जाएगा, जो फ्लोर टेस्ट होगा उसमें भी साबित हो जाएगा। तो मैं मान के चलता हूं कि अल्पमत सरकार जल्दी से जल्दी चली जाएगी और जो इन्होंने प्रयास किए थे तमाम प्रकार से लोगों को प्रभावित करने के।
All right, bringing in Rajdeep Sardesai once again. Rajdeep, you did speak exclusively today to Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Kamal Nath. Though he was dismissive of the attempts of the BJP in the sense that he said he still have the numbers, he will prove his numbers. But given the situation right now, it doesn't seem that he has the support of the assembly. I mean, the Congress numbers are dwindling. It will be very difficult for him to prove and save his government tomorrow.
It is very difficult. I interviewed Kamal Nath earlier today, and if you play a slice of the interview, you will realize his entire game was banking on these rebel MLAs being virtually forced by the court to come and at least appear before the speaker, show that they genuinely were leaving the Congress and joining the BJP. Now, this court order has put paid to Kamal Nath's hopes that he could get these MLAs to come to Bhopal and appear before the speaker. The inability of Kamal Nath to force these MLAs to come to Bhopal, so long as they are in Bengaluru, even if they stay away from this trust vote, it doesn't help Kamal Nath. In fact, if we play a little bit of that interview, you'll realize that Kamal Nath has perhaps miscalculated, because he took the resignations of 6 ministers who are loyal to Jyotiraditya Scindia. The speaker did not meet those 6 ministers. So therefore, the court has asked the natural question, why should the speaker insist on meeting the remaining 16 rebel MLAs? And I think that's where Kamal Nath's strategy has gone wrong. The numbers were always against him once the BJP broke such a substantial chunk of the Congress MLAs, given the razor-thin margins in Madhya Pradesh. And now he's really, with his back to the wall, almost impossible to see how he can win this floor test.
Rajdeep, may I request you to stay on with me? Jitu Patwari, one of the key lieutenant of the Kamal Nath government and also a minister in the former minister, in fact, now in the Madhya Pradesh government, because all of them resigned, is speaking right now.
उनका दायित्व होता है कि उनका निर्वाह उस तरीके से वो करें, पर कानून की अपनी बाध्यताएं होती है और कानून में भी अपने कुछ क्यों होते हैं, कुछ न कुछ ऐसी परिस्थिति होती है जिससे कि गलती करने वाला या अपराध करने वाला व्यक्ति अपराधी करके बच जाता है। मैं मानता हूं कि ये उस तरीके की नजीर है।
ठीक है। Nagarjun also joining us, but before I go to Nagarjun, who is joining us from Bengaluru, Rajdeep, once again, where did, in fact, in all this, apart from, of course, Jyotiraditya Scindia going and taking with him a few of the rebel MLAs, maybe he only had support initially of 8, 9, but there are many others, those who are angry with the Kamal Nath government. At this point of time, where did the Kamal Nath government make a mistake in order or in their attempts to bring back or woo the rebels back? Was it to suspend the 6 ministers Was it that they moved in very late, sending senior leaders like Digvijay Singh to Bengaluru? Where do you think they went wrong? Or if we've lost that line with Rajdeep Sardesai, let me go across very quickly to Bengaluru to my colleague Nagarjun, who's joining me with more details from there. Nagarjun, any reaction as far as these MLAs are concerned? So far, they have been extremely, solid as far as their contempt against Kamal Nath is concerned. Have been saying that they are waiting for the Supreme Court to decide, and so far, no signs from them that they are going to back the Kamal Nath government.
Well, Ankit, just an update that as we speak, we just only know that the MLAs inside the resort are completely glued to the TV, watching minute-to-minute update as to what is happening in Supreme Court. What are the reactions coming in from Kamal Nath's government and BJP side? Behind me is the security. If you can see, it's completely beefed up. That is the road which takes to the resort. The media and others cannot enter this road after Digvijay Singh staged a dharna here. We are at least 500 meters away from the resort, so we have no clue what is happening inside because the media is also not allowed. We are completely barricaded 500 meters away. And another update is Digvijay Singh, who had come to Bangalore here, who has staged a dharna, has left to Delhi and Bhopal is what we are told. 7:30 is his flight. He has given up on this action of getting the MLAs back to Congress front. Seems like it, because he moved the Karnataka High Court yesterday. He didn't get an interim order. The interim order was set aside and the case was postponed to March 26th. And he tried reaching out to DK Shiv Kumar and local Congress leaders, but went in vain because they were not allowed to go even close to the resort here. And all the 16 who are still not disqualified and resignation is not accepted, they're quite firm that when we spoke to them off record, they're quite firm that they will not stand with Kamal Nath's government. It seems like in another 24 hours, it's a deal done for Kamal Nath government, and it seems like another new government will be formed in Madhya Pradesh.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.